Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I am Staff Sergeant Benjamin Blixman, and I will be the narrator for today's ceremony. In keeping with the oldest traditions in military service, we are here to witness a historic event as Lieutenant Colonel Summer Lewis relinquishes command of the 75th Force Support Squadron to Major Anthony Muir. Our presiding official for today's ceremony is Colonel Thomas Osherman, Commander, 75th Mission Support. The flag bearer is Master Sergeant Randy Hasselblad, First Sergeant, 75th Force Support Squadron. The troop commander is Captain Elsie Yaru. At this time, we would like to welcome the following family members in attendance today: Lieutenant Colonel Lewis's wife, Lieutenant Colonel retired Elena Lewis, and their children, Logan and Elise, her mother and father-in-law, Julia and Orlin Lewis, and step-sister-in-law, Celine. Her guest, Lieutenant Colonel Select Giselle Oppenlander. Major Muir's wife, Sarah, and their children, Jordan and Emma. His mother and father, Kathy and Al Muir, and his sister, Raquel. We would also like to welcome distinguished guests in attendance today. Please hold your applause until all introductions have been made. Colonel Janice Carroll, Commander, 75th Air Base Wing. Ms. Barbara Hanley, Air Force Sustainment Center Site Senior Functional for Personnel. Colonel Christopher Carmichael, Commander, Defense Logistics Agency. Mr. Buddy Griesmaster, Director, Civil Engineering. Chief Master Sergeant Morgan Cabanas, Superintendent, 75th Mission Support. Lieutenant Colonel Naomi Franchet, Commander, 649th Munition Squadron. Lieutenant Colonel Joseph Michaels, Commander, 75th Operation Support Squadron. Major Austin Gruber, Commander, 75th Logistics Readiness Squadron. Major Paul Jenkins, Commander, 75th Security Forces Squadron. Chief Master Sergeant Oscar Hernandez, Superintendent, 75th Security Forces Squadron. Major Eric Parks, Commander, 75th Comptroller Squadron. We would also like to welcome all Team Hill members, friends, and members of the 75th Force Support Squadron. Ladies and gentlemen, please stand for the arrival of the official party and remain standing for the presentation of colors by the Team Hill Honor Guard, our national anthem performed by Mr. Jim Tyson, and invocation of Chaplain Larson.
Present the color. Stand by. Up. And up. Right shoulder. Up. Upward. Up.
flare the bombs bursting in air, it proved through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
My friends, it's good to be with all of you today. If you wouldn't mind, please join with me in prayer, if you will. Almighty God, we pause from our duties and obligations to mark a time of significant transition in a singularly essential squadron. The Force Support Squadron influences and enhances everything that happens across the base. Guidance, morale, lodging, fitness, nourishment, planning, assigning, documenting, and the like. This all often happens quietly and behind the scenes, often unsung and unnoticed. That is, except for when we are in need. So today we gratefully acknowledge that mission accomplishment simply cannot occur without FSS. And we give thanks for the legacy of compassionate and professional excellence of Lieutenant Colonel Lewis, and look forward to Major Muir, building upon the successes of the past with an eye towards the future. Surround Major Muir with competent and helpful people who can help him bring about a collective meeting of the various needs that we have across this base. Bless this time of transition to be smooth and uneventful, that the 75th Force Support Squadron can continue to selflessly support this base. We're grateful for this nation in which we live, which we work, which we all love. God bless America, we pray, according to our faith which is in you. Amen.
Ladies and gentlemen, please be seated. Thank you, Honor Guard, Mr. Tyson, and Chaplain Larson. At this time, it is my pleasure to introduce today's deciding official, Colonel Thomas D. Osherman, Commander, 75th Mission Support Group.
All right, good morning.
Morning.
In the words of TJ Khaled, another one. Appreciate you joining us for our third and final MSG's change of command of the summer. So before we get going here, I want to go off script a little bit. Beth, would you please come up? So we have Beth Toba to be specific. So Beth, it's not really her job to do protocol, not yet anyway, hopefully real soon. But she's helped us with the three of these, and we couldn't be happier with her performance. She's the type of person that's like super sweet and nice, but she can take command without being bossy. So I appreciate that. I know this isn't usual, but if you wouldn't mind coming up, I have a point for it. Off the rest of the show. All right, Colonel Carroll, thanks for coming. I know you've got all three of these Pokemon cards in our group, so thanks. Mr. Breeze Master, other group leaders, chiefs, all the squadron commanders, appreciate it. Dosecki's been in all of them too, thanks for your support. So the families have already been recognized, but just to keep that kind of short as well. Sarah, Jordan, and Emma, welcome to the family. we'll get you guys back on your iPhones pretty quick, okay, girls? And Elena, Logan, at least, thanks for your support this summer. And, she's got the same boss, so it's probably going to be just as bad. But anyway, I'm going to keep the remarks on Summer a little shorter since she's staying with us. But Summer spent the last 2 years devoted to serving Team Mill Airmen, military, civilian, and contractor alike. So the Olympics are almost upon us, which made me think of the phrase degree of difficulty. Usually hear that for swimmers and gymnastics, but she's had the degree of difficulty of dealing with COVID for most of her command. She's done that in spades, along with our awesome medical group team. A lot of interaction there. I don't know of any other child development centers that didn't close. We never fully closed. We closed some rooms and cohorts and all that, but it was amazing. One of the accomplishments I think that Summer, at least I hope she'll remember that. So yeah, degree of difficulty was definitely there. So the thing about the FSS, I know Colonel Kieran both in there. Everybody knows how to do it better, faster, stronger, usually without regard for the rules or common sense. Why do I have to pay for this? This is stupid. So you got all those things to deal with, and the COVID. So another thing a lot of people don't realize that are in the business is it is a business. You actually have to make money in a lot of the areas. So, along with all the other demands of command, you have to make money if you go on a battle with this and get flagged. That's what. So anyway, Summer, awesome job. Again, she's not leaving us. She's going to be the MSG deputy, so I'm really looking forward to that. So if you guys will promise to listen closely to her declaration, I'll move on to Major Premier. Deal?
Deal.
Okay. So I know you guys have the program there. You can probably kind of scan it while you've been waiting, but I'm going to be the hype man for Major Premier and tell you kind of his career and everything. So, he won a 4-year ROTC scholarship from Texas State University. Sometimes with brand new second lieutenants, you put them in some weird spots. Normally what you want is for them to be an assistant flight chief or something. I don't know who came up with this, but they put him as an executive officer for a GG-15, which is a GS-15 usually, but not in the intel world. So an exec for her, and doing some manpower stuff. So not exactly where you want to insert a second lieutenant into the force support squadron community. So did a great job there though. Did a lot of things that second lieutenants normally wouldn't do, like validating 125 human intelligence billets, sourcing them, and gaining 2-star approval in the first round. Also enabled the transfer of 13 billets to AETC to accommodate vital crypto language training. So normally not what you see a second lieutenant do, right? So in his first OPR, he's noted for being superb under pressure, leading from the front, and strong and confident. To compare Second Lieutenant Osherman and F.E. Moore, I think the main responsibility I had was making sure we had Miss Beer breakfast, which are Pop-Tarts and Mountain Dew. So he's way out in front of me in my career at that point. So puts on First Lieutenant, continued to excel both home station and deployed. Spearheaded 16 authorization change requests. Those aren't easy. He ran the PME selection process and did a lot of DV visits. Deployed and led 238 expeditionary task airmen from across 37 AFSCs at 31 forward operating bases. So again, something crazy for a first lieutenant to be doing right out the gate. Now there's the same things about him, like brilliant officer, superb leader, natural leader who took charge in a dynamic combat environment. He's one of 5 CGOs as a first lieutenant among captains, company grade officer of the year among 65, deployed CGO of the month among 23 officers. So it's time for his, first PCS. They sent him to Beale Air Force Base, California. And another little bit of a different assignment again. We want to get him in the FSS. He didn't learn it, but they decided they're going to make him a protocol officer for the 1-star wing commander. So again, a little out of the ordinary. So his raider, the general, praised him for being precise, executor of 63 events. That's more than 1 a week. So awesome there. I know how that goes to his protocol. Accommodated over 4,000 guests. Made the night reconnaissance when shone. So these visitors he had, people like Assistant Secretary of the Air Force, Commander of ACC, Space Command Commander, and their staff does. So those are no-fail missions right there. So the general said he exceeded every expectation and more. Number 2 is 77 lieutenants. Number 1 must have been pretty awesome. So now he's pinned on captain, hasn't worked in the FSS, right? So probably ought to start him out in the easy flight. No sustainment services flight. So for those of you not familiar, that includes lodging, dining facility, fitness, and the club. Nothing ever goes wrong in those places. But yeah, so to his credit, he nails the job. comes up with a lot of new club programs and events, facility improvements, and earns $2 million in his first year, which that's hard to do in the coaching job. So another kudo for him. All right. So he accommodated, something that kind of made my skin crawl. He accommodated 4 no-notice National Airborne Operation Control Center visits. Now, if you treat those guys right, they keep coming back. We learned that at Robbins, so I don't know if you did them dirty a couple times and they didn't come back, but once they start finding a place that treats them good, they keep coming back. So good job there for the hospitality. Fitness Center garnered a 93% customer satisfaction rate, which is hard to do. Most people just want to complain about the fitness center. So now they're saying things about him like unparalleled drive and determination, #1 of 16 flight chiefs in the mission support group. So with those successes under his belt, he's given the manpower and personnel flight. So if you look in that community, that's kind of a nod that you're going to be sitting in a place like this in a few years. So here it is. So he manages the military personnel programs, 80 of them, and almost 9,000 case management system cases. Those are pay affecting things, so a lot of people like to get paid on time, so there's a lot of pressure to execute those. So his team quickly gains Team of the Quarter, first ever squadron commander orientation, and revamped the intro program to save people 80% of their time and visits instead as compared to previous. He's now the #1 of 6 CGOs, extraordinary leader that made the squadron indefinitely stronger, #1 of 29 flight chiefs, improves everything he touches. So continues as the MPF commander, garnering accolades such as the Wing A1 Company Grade Officer of the Year, #1 of 7 CGOs, #1 of 13 MPFs in Air Combat Command. That's a heady competition, believe me. He's the #1 of 519 CGOs in the Wing. You don't need to get your calculator out, that's top 3%. So now he's off at Joint Base Eustis Langley, or the other way around here, Air Force. A bit of another quirky assignment. So he's technically assigned to the Air Force Personnel Center, but with duties at Air Combat Command A3. So this is one of only 4 such force development advisor positions that are very selectively managed. So supported 4 general officers, 38 colonels, and ensuring almost 1,000 pilots had the proper force development. So as you can imagine, in the A3 Directorate, there's a lot of people wearing flight suits in there, so it's hard to get some good strap. That's not how you pull it off. #2, 21 action officers in the Directorate, that's against pilots again. 2-star rater said I handpicked Anthony, and he's exceeded all my expectations. #1 of 3 major selects, 2-star rater again the next year. I trust Anthony implicitly. So next assignment, he goes off to Goodfellow Air Force Base. We're finally going to get him as the deputy director, get him in the FSS. Back in the state. So the majority of you know what goes on at FSS, so I won't belabor the point. But I'll abbreviate to say he stood out again, home station and deployed, garnering numerous #1 stratifications. Built the #1 of 10 installation personnel readiness functions. We can use that here in AETC, and capped off his Goodfellow assignment with Wing Field Grade Officer. So now he's selected to go to Maxwell, where he's an Air University Fellow, teaching Squadron Officer School to our future leaders, and then next year resident ACSC. So if you remember from our last 2 change of commands, that's only top 20%. So again, obviously ready for command. So when you look to hire a new commander, you do a lot of things. You review the record, which I've just kind of highlighted for you. You're very strong. But you also want to get somebody you know, you trust, that can vouch for them. So it happened to be that my Force Support Squadron deputy at Ramstein was his boss at Goodfellow. So as soon as he heard the name, Chad Dow, he said, it's an unequivocal yes from me. So again, awesome. Glad to have you here. He's had numerous successes. I think he'll build off what Summer did. And Anthony, look forward to having you raise the squadron to new heights. Congratulations.
Thank you, Colonel Washington. Ladies and gentlemen, please stand for the presentation of the Meritorious Service Medal to Lieutenant Colonel Lewis by Colonel Washington. Attention to orders. Citation to accompany the award of the Meritorious Service Medal. 3rd Oak Leaf Cluster to Lieutenant Colonel Summer S. Lewis for meritorious service from 25 August 2019 to 20 July 2021. Lieutenant Colonel Summer S. Lewis distinguished herself in the performance of outstanding service to the United States as Commander, 75th Force Support Squadron, 75th Mission Support Group, 75th Air Base Wing, Hill Air Force Base, Utah during this period. Colonel Lewis expertly led the installation's most diverse squadron, supporting 3 wings, 2 major commands, 52 units, and 107,000 military and civilian personnel in the greater Salt Lake City region. Additionally, her outstanding leadership proved essential during the coronavirus disease 2019 pandemic, expertly piloting the men and women under her command through the balance of service and safety for the Air Force's second largest base by population and geographical size. Her efforts drove the immediate manpower, personnel, and services response, delivering creative virtual options while manning safe in-person installation support throughout the pandemic. Furthermore, Colonel Lewis's commitment to excellence and innovative approach led to Hill Air Force Base having the most profitable morale, welfare, and recreation fund in the Air Force Material Command during 2020. Finally, her squadron's superior performance resulted in its recognition as the 2019 Air Force Sustainment Center's General Curtis E. LeMay Award recipient for the Best Large Installation Level Force Support Squadron, and in the Air Force Material Command's Airmen and Family Readiness and Community Services Squadron of the Year for 2019 and 2020. The singularly distinctive accomplishments of Lieutenant Colonel Lewis reflect great credit upon herself and the United States Air Force. Please be seated. Ladies and gentlemen, the commander of the 75th Force Support Squadron, Lieutenant Colonel Lewis.
Hello.
Good morning.
Morning.
Ma'am, Carol, thank you so much for being here. Ms. Hamlin, Mr. Police Master, Colonel Carmichael, thank you so much for being here. Fellow Squadron Commander, man, you guys came in force. Thank you so much. I very much appreciate it. Sir, thank you for appreciating today's ceremony. I'm not sure the choice, but I still appreciate the time and the effort. Thank you very, very much. Now we have to go through all the thank yous, right? And they Captain Horner. Bill put this beautiful ceremony together. In the middle, he had emergency leave. I don't know how he manages to find a balance. Maybe he doesn't find a balance. Maybe we get all of his love all the time. But thank you so much. It's a beautiful ceremony, and I'm very, very grateful for the time and the effort that you put putting it together. Jim, you welcomed me in with your beautiful voice. You welcomed me out with your beautiful voice. Thank you for that.
Thank you, ma'am.
Chaplain, you couldn't have said it better, really, what the squadron does and what we have to continue to do throughout this pandemic. Thank you for supporting me today. Thank you for supporting me yesterday during my fitness test. I appreciate it. Thank you. He will run with you and make sure. If you need cheering, he'll give it to you, and if you don't need cheering, he'll give it to you. I appreciate that. Thank you, sir. He's our appreciator. He just showed. Amber was supposed to do the narration. She got sick, and so this fine gentleman is here, stepped in last night to help us out. So grateful for that. I also wanted to highlight Beth because I have seen her face at all of these events, doing DV visits, running around doing huge events all around the installation. And I don't know how you're maintaining your sanity, but thank you so much for putting on another one with us. Thank you. Thank you to the strong volunteers who stepped up to be in formation today. The diversity that I see in this formation, it just exemplifies what this squadron is and what we look like and how it is impossible to encapsulate into a tiny jar. So thank you so much for being willing to do this for the family and to show our senior leaders here what exactly it is that we look like, which is a little bit. I came to the squadron about 2 years ago, right off of maternity leave. I had gotten a call and said, "Do you want to come to Hill? Are you willing to do family?" Absolutely, absolutely. I only had a few minutes to think about it, but 100% I was in. And it has been a wild, crazy ride that I have been so thankful that I got the opportunity to do. This squadron has taught me so much. You know, coming off the second command, you think you're so smart. You think, oh, I got this. It's going to be so much easier the second time around. That is the biggest joke I've So, I was not smarter, I just was more naive about what I didn't know. This squadron has taught me what resiliency is, right? We didn't know, maybe we knew, but maybe the rest of the installation didn't know how vital the FSS was to the resiliency of airmen until the pandemic. But even before that, we provided resiliency to ourselves. When one of our own, when Andy passed, it still hurts my heart. But we did it, we took care of each other, and I think we became stronger. And so that taught me right off the bat what kind of team and what kind of family we have here. I think in all the flex of customer service that we provide to our families, to our airmen, to our leaders, to each other, it highlights what we provide, right? Like Captain Y providing mortuary assistance to the other wings, to other families, holding people up in their time of need. To airmen and family, taking care of us when people deploy, to Charlie for stepping up and saying, you know what, I definitely don't want this job, but I will be your manpower, like chief, for an undetermined amount of time. Yeah, it's okay, I don't need extra pay, that's fine. To, talking about not extra pay, Eli, thank you for being my deputy for over a year, and for stepping up, and also for being the tech-savvy guy who knows how to make all this on Facebook, and who knows how to highlight marketing and really utilize the skills to advertise and advocate for the business. Thank you. I have to say, it's in the faces that are here today and all of your stories, like seeing the CDC's and New Center in full force right now is overwhelming. The fact that no one will know that at the beginning of the pandemic we were doing daily health screenings, that we were having serious conversations with parents on their naughty behavior, whether they were bringing sick children in or not, right? There are a lot of stories and a lot of aspects of this time that we've had together that no one will ever know. But I am grateful, I am thankful for the hard work, for the blood, sweat, and tears, for the things that you built, for the teams you created, Lisa, for the amazing way that you came into FSD and just blew that leadership out of the water. I don't think they were prepared for you, but I know every day I'm grateful that you did it. Sir, Moses. No matter what I've asked you, or no matter what I've needed, you have already known, you've already stepped up. You took on this wild sustainment flight, which Colonel Asherman highlighted is a monster, and we have Rom now at this base because of you, because you are able to handle it, because your team is able to take that on. So thank you. Across this installation, this FSS goes the extra mile. We continue to do what we need to for families. And I have seen leaders grow in places I never imagined. I will not call you out on your growth, but I have been so impressed by what you have accomplished. Colonel Carroll, Colonel Asherman, thank you for giving me the space to lead. I appreciate that. It's not always possible, right? But command is very humbling, and I am grateful for your trust in me, this team. Thank you. To my sweet family, to Alina, thank you. Thank you for putting up with my shenanigans. Thank you for accepting the second command. Thank you for helping me raise our beautiful children, for calling in sick to Delta when I needed to, whenever the kids needed to be watched because they were quarantined. Thank you. Thank you for that support. To my babies, thank you for putting up with this ceremony. To Logan, okay, so I will wrap this up. To my in-laws, thank you for helping me move. It was only 3 times this assignment. I appreciate that. You dropped everything to come and support this family. And without you, we could not do it. Not one single day. So thank you for your love. To my dear friend, Giselle, Lieutenant Colonel, Select Openlander, thank you for coming back and celebrating today. And also for helping unpack some boxes while you were here. Appreciate that. We talk about how the Air Force is a small Air Force and we're a small family. Nothing is truer than me and Major Beard. So Anthony and I have known each other since he was second lieutenant. And I never in a million years thought that one day we would be crossing paths like this. And I can't tell you how excited and happy I am for the FSS family that Major Merritt is taking command. He is a wonderful person, he is a wonderful officer, and I know he will be an amazing commander to this team. To the men and women, thank you. Thank you for your dedication to this mission. Thank you for teaching me so much. I appreciate your support. Your spirit and your hard work is humbling every day. And thank you for continuing to do that.
Thank you, ma'am. Lieutenant Colonel Lewis, please accept your last salute from the men and women of the 75th Force Support Squadron.
Squadron, heads up! Hooray! Pass!
Ladies and gentlemen, the change of command ceremony has a long and honorable history. In the Middle Ages, it was not uncommon for the soldiers to be unaware of who their commanders were or what they looked like. A formal change of command afforded these troops the opportunity to witness the proceedings and actually see their commander. The Continental Army of the United States conducted the first official ceremony in America. The change of command symbolically transfers authority from one commander to the next, by passing of the flag, thus ensuring a continuous, unbroken chain of command. In keeping with this honored tradition, Colonel Osherman will preside as Lieutenant Colonel Lewis relinquishes command and Major Meir assumes command of the 75th Force Support Squadron. Please stand for the change of command.
Squadron, heads up!
Attention to orders. Department of the Air Force, Headquarters 75th Air Base Wing, Hill Air Force Base, Special Order G-2113, dated 15 June 2021. By order of the Commander, Lieutenant Colonel Summer S. Lewis will relinquish command to Major Anthony Meir, 75th Force Support Squadron, Hill Air Force Base, Utah, effective 20 July 2021. Signed, Colonel Thomas D. Osherman, Commander, 75th Mission Support Group, Hill Air Force Base, Utah. Ladies and gentlemen, please be seated.
Hooray! Pass!
It is my pleasure to introduce the commander of the 75th Force Support Squadron, Major Anthony Meir.
All right. First, I just want to say thank you. It's an absolute honor and a humbling experience to be here today. As this day approached, a bunch of things ran through my mind, but there are a couple feelings that kept popping up. First, I'm just so blessed, and second, it's an absolute honor to serve and assume command of the world's greatest air force. Colonel Carroll, thank you for taking your time to attend today. Colonel Osherman, thank you for the kind words regarding this ceremony. Ma'am, sir, thank you for trusting in me and for your tremendous vote of confidence. I just want to let you both know I'm committed to leading this unit to the absolute best of my abilities, but also demonstrate good followership along the way. Mr. Briesmeister, Ms. Hanlon, thank you both for attending today. And I also want to thank all the squadron commanders, chiefs, and first sergeants in the lines. Lieutenant Colonel Lewis, thank you for mentoring me. A lieutenant that was all velocity and no vector. You provided me that much needed direction, and for that, I thank you. I know the FSS is in fantastic shape because of your outstanding leadership, tremendous support you received from Elena and the rest of your family. I look forward to continuing working with you all to enjoy the mission. I'm also very, very happy to have family here today. First, to my wife, Sarah. Thank you for crushing many roles you've had during your 12 years of marriage. My best friend, wife, and mom. Whenever I didn't believe in myself, you always believed in me. You held up for it every day and allowed me to tend to Air Force stuff when necessary. Without your unwavering support, I would not be up here on stage today, and I'm so grateful that we will continue this Air Force life together. You are without a doubt the strongest member of the family. You should be up here today instead of me. Jordan, Emma, I'm so proud of you both. Embarrassed a little bit. Thank you for letting Dad move you all around the United States every couple of years, and thank you for letting Dad leave when you did too. You guys are both super smart balls of energy. Thank you. So Air Force life can be tough at times, but we've managed to stay a really close unit over the years, and that's thanks to all the outstanding support we've received from everyone as we move across this Air Force journey. I'm also fortunate to have in attendance the man and woman who raised me and instilled me with the values that have shaped the person I am today. Mom, Dad, thank you. I'm also happy to have my sister Raquel here in attendance. Thanks for coming, sis. By the way, yesterday was her birthday. If you ask her about the cake story, I'm sure she'll be happy to tell you. I also want to thank those that take a moment to thank those that had a hand in putting the ceremony together. Thank you, Captain Warner, for taking on the task as project officer. I know orchestrating this isn't an easy deal. Thank you, Chaplain Larson, for delivering the wonderful invocation, and to Mr. Tyson for the beautiful rendition of the national anthem. I would be remiss if I did not mention and thank the tremendous men and women of the 75th FSS and anyone else involved in making this ceremony happen. Whether you played a role behind the scenes or participated in the formation or on stage, I thank you. There are so many more people, friends, mentors, coaches, relatives that I'd like to thank, but for the sake of time, I'm not going to do this. I'm just going to leave it at this. Thank you for everyone that believed in me, and a special thanks to all those that took the time to invest in me and took a personal interest in my development. Specifically, those leaders that pushed me and helped me to grow to be a better officer, husband, and dad. Now, what's so great about these leaders is they didn't do it because of anything I did. They did it because of their high character and their commitment to invest in their airmen. And with that, for all those that contributed to me being up here today, what I'm going to offer in return is a continued commitment to work hard and a commitment to invest in airmen with the same passion that others showed for me. Finally, to the entire 75th FSS, words cannot express the gratitude I have in being able to join the team, and I'm super excited for what's to come. I'll close out by reiterating that I'm truly blessed and humbled to be granted this amazing opportunity. It is an honor to serve and an honor to be here. God bless America and the United States Air Force.
Good.
Thank you, sir. The men and women of the 75th Force Support Squadron would like to present Major Mears' wife and daughters with a gift welcoming them to the squadron. Major Mears, please accept your first salute from the men and women of the 75th Force Support Squadron.
Squadron, attention! Hooray! Pass!
We are delighted to have you join Team Hill, and we look forward to supporting you. On behalf of Colonel Osherman, Lieutenant Colonel Lewis, and Major Veer, thank you for attending today's ceremony. In keeping with Air Force tradition, we conclude today's ceremony with the Air Force song. Please stand for the singing of the Air Force song and remain standing for the departure of the official party.
Squadron, catch up!
To yonder, climbing high into the sun, here they come, zooming to meet our thunder. Attaboys, give her the gun, give her the gun. Down we dive, spouting our flame from under, up with one hell of a roar. We live in fame or go down in flame, and nothing can stop the U.S. Air Force.